This is News Talk 1150 WGBR. Good morning. WGBR time 18 before 8 o'clock, and we're in the upper 20s around the Wayne County area. Lots of sunshine, but boy, it's kind of cool out there. And speaking of cool...
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, we want to welcome Mr. Cool to the studio this morning. Representative Efton Sager's in the studio with us this morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Wayne. You're absolutely right. You walk outside this morning, you know it's cold.
Yes, it is. It is. It's quite chilly out there this morning, and I think somebody missed it somewhere along the line. It wasn't supposed to be quite this cool this morning, but it is anyway. And it is, after all, winter arrives this week, officially that is.
You can certainly say it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Yes, you might say that. Is this where we break out into song? Or
well, I mean, I'll have to let you carry the tune because I can't.
No, that's okay. We'll just let that go on by. All right. So what's going on in Raleigh now with the House?
Well, actually, we're naturally on Christmas break. I mean, we go back in February, the call time that we go back in.
Right.
But we've got plenty of things going on as far as discussed as far as the redistricting. That's going to court, and we don't know what's going to happen there. It looks like there's a possibility that the primary may be delayed till even to July. Because I talked to Gary Bartlett, the elections director, the other day, and he said, well, so he thinks that if we go in session in May and then we'll get out possibly by the middle of June at the latest, we may have to put the primary off to about the 15th of July. He's going to keep me up to date on this thing because, I mean, thank goodness he's one of my constituents and I can count on him.
That's right. He's from this area. So.
and like I said, and he said, so we need at least a month break from the time that the legislature gets out from the time the election is.
Yeah.
Because the real problem is by delaying this thing is the candidates don't know for sure exactly where their lines are located because the big map is kind of hard to see, and there's no doubt about it, the voters will be very confused.
The voters will be very confused, as we all will. This is from the redistricting that took place after the last census, which will soon be 2 years ago.
Sure.
And at this rate, it's going to be a while before the dust settles.
Well, we've got 3 judges sitting on it right now. I can't recall the exact names of the 3 judges. They're trying to decide exactly how we're going to proceed with this thing because there's a couple of lawsuits, and they're trying to combine them together, and look at the whole thing at one time. And if they can expedite it and get it done, they will. They said there's a possibility they go ahead and use these maps for this election, and then if there's a problem, then we'll correct them for the next time. So we don't really realize how much administration and how much changes have to be made to get this thing finalized. I mean, when there's a suit comes up, it's got to be handled, and like I said, I certainly don't know all the legal ramifications of exactly how they get back and forth, but it needs to be resolved.
Well, it certainly creates a problem for not only the constituency, but for you as well and all the other representatives, because you're not really sure exactly where your lines are.
And they could decide that we'll just elect under the old maps and those districts and then go forward to the next time.
Well, so that makes choices. That makes a lot of sense.
It does, but I mean, like I said, we just have to wait and see.
Have to wait and see. All right.
And Wayne, I was real impressed the other day. We met with school principals across Wayne County. Our legislators did, and I was able to hear them firsthand, and it's like I always like to say, it's down where the rubber hits the road. Mm-hmm. It's kind of nice to get down to where the laws that we make and the budgets we pass, how they definitely affect the people at the lower level. Because, we've always said, and I'm a firm believer in it, is the fact, that we do not want to affect the classroom. And that's what we tried to do, but we've made some mistakes. I mean, anytime you change something, sometimes you change it for the worse. And we listened to them, and the one thing that we have a problem with, I know when I first went to the House in 2009, is the school calendar. The Chamber of Commerce all across the state will beat you to death if you change the school calendar and let it be more flexible at the local level. And I would like somewhere along the line get where they have a little bit of flexibility, because I think different school districts have different problems that they need to work with, and I might get downgraded and then support the flexibility of the school calendar and let the chamber say, well, Efton, you're wrong. But I mean, sometimes you got to make a choice, and education, I think if it will help there, I think we need to look at that real closely.
Well, again, the chambers are all part of the community, and
Sure.
they're represented here and part of your constituency as well.
And they claim it affects tourism, or the problem with tourism. But I'd like to have a big roundtable discussion on that and see if we can't come to some kind of consensus on that as far as making it where it be good for both.
So ideally, do you have an idea of what you'd like to see?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I want to hear from both sides and see what the negatives and the positives are on each side.
Right.
But the school calendar, I mean, it's we've added 5 more days of school, and like I said, it gets confusing unless you're right down to the where the rubber hits the road.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know how it affects the situation.
Right.
And I think sometimes we sit in the old story used to say, sit in ivory palaces and try to make rules for people, and you don't know enough about what the heck you're talking about.
So, where do we go from here? What else is on the agenda? What are you
Well-
looking forward to in February?
Well, I'm looking forward in February filing. We'll be filing again the 13th of February. Prior to that, I mean, I'm getting my website updated so people can be more informed about who I am and where I'm able to be contacted and stay up with the issues and this, in fact, the YouTubes will be made here or will be on my website, and I think it'll be very informative for folks.
So if someone wants to see the video of you, or they want to contact you in some way, they can get all that information off your website. What's that address? What's that website?
And it's being reconstructed right now, so it won't be on there for probably a couple of weeks on some of that stuff, but it'd be eftonsager.org. And like I said, you can go on there then. We hope to have that website to be very informative, give you links and so forth where you need to go to find out information, and certainly we give all my contact information.
EftonSager.org is your website address. You're also, information about you is available from the North Carolina Legislative website. That's ncleg.net.
Very informative website. You can browse that website and find out about everything you want to know what's going on in the legislature. And that's ncleg.net.
All right, and your email is also
Email is
available.
efton.sager@ncleg.net.
All right, efton.sager@ncleg.net.
So you can always go to the website and you can get everything you
You
want.
get everything you want. That's right. All your phone numbers, your contact information is available at eftonsager.org.
We may not get all the answers we want, but you'll be able to find the information that's listed there. You don't know where to go.
All right.
And if you can't find it, call me. I'll help you.
There you go. And what is that number, Efton?
It's 919-922-1484.
922-1484.
That's correct.
Efton Sager of the North Carolina House. You'll be back with us the day after Christmas, I believe.
I plan
huh?
on it, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas at this moment.
Excellent. Merry Christmas, Efton.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back on News Talk 1150 WGBR.